it's supposed to. Something new today, in case you couldn't tell. I'll get into the details of why that's the case later. For now, if you're new here, this is the time where I like to just pray for our session today. And I know it's a little weird, so I'm putting a timestamp up for you to skip now. If you choose to do so, entirely up to you. I promise I don't mind. Yeah. Let's get moving here for a minute. Okay. Might have to bear with me on today's session because I am, yeah. I'm having a day. We'll get there. We'll talk about it. Okay. Let's pray. Dear Lord, thank you again for all the good gifts that you provide. Video games for entertainment and distraction, something that we can share and enjoy together. And I pray that you would allow us to do so. I also just pray that you would be with me, and specifically with my patience and temperament today, as I confess I am not in the best of moods, thanks to some prior events, but I just pray that you would bless our time together and that we can enjoy this, and all this I pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, so today I present to you Death's Door. So I'll try to make it short. Here's the story. Well, the short version of the story is that my stuff broke, and I'm very upset about it. Specifically, my capture card for recording console games seems to be broken. Maybe I'll play with it again more later, but yeah, my computer was saying that it could recognize the device and basically implied that it's just broke. So I do have another capture card, but unfortunately most of the capture cards out there now, including the other one I have to use USB-C, specifically the high-speed variety. It's complicated, but basically it connects with a blue USB plug-in, like the inside of the plug is blue, and in order for that to work properly, that kind of port with the blue coloring has to also be on my computer. Theoretically, my computer has the correct plugins, except that it doesn't, so I can't use the new capture card either. So, I've not been in the greatest of moods today, but this game I'm playing, it might not be obvious to you, but I am playing this from my PC. I'm using the computer. Oh, it should be obvious to you. There's a little pointer on the screen. I'm just gonna we're gonna tuck that away. So I knew I could do something from my PC, assuming that this is working properly. I'll find out later. But I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I considered looking up some of the best PC experiences and just buying something. So I looked at a list. I had a few ideas for what I already have. And after all of that, I just perused through my Steam library real quick and remembered, oh yeah, I have Death's Door, and that is a near perfect match for everything I can think of that I wanted to play today. So, it's got some of the colorful whimsy and magic. That keeps it a little bit on the lighthearted side, while also being a bit cynically dark, which is definitely where I am at today. And it's got a bit of a Zelda feel to it, which is my favorite kind of game. So, yeah, enough talk. Oh yeah, I have a file. Where's the delete button? I don't know. I'm just gonna... Let me try to see this. Oh, erase. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we're gonna start new. So, I'll kind of let it go while I talk. But the short version is this is kind of a well, so like that says, reaping commission. You're basically playing as this crow-like character who seems to work for some kind of like death organization thing. Grim Reaper basically is the appearance of it, and well, we'll see. It sets up the premise rather well, I think, actually. So we'll just let it go. Yeah. As you can see, it's top down. All I can do is kind of pan the camera. I do not have camera control, which is fine. Let me see here. That's funny. Yeah, it's got some nice little bits of humor like that too, so I appreciate that. Definitely can relate to, you know, even having a pretty decent job that I don't hate. Just kind of the drudgery of going through day by day. I understand that. Yeah, I'm not. Did I mention I'm not in a great mood today? Yeah. Chandler the Handler. Should I try to do some voice acting with this? Feels like it's too late already. I can't decide. Not today, at least. Alright, yeah, so there you have kind of the premise. So it's like a Grim Reaper Society thing. We have, they assign me a soul to reap that I have to collect, and until I do, the time passes and I age and will also die. So, wonderful stuff. Oh yeah, the umbrella. So I do know from a completionist, which is how I found out about this game, so thank you, that there is an achievement for playing through the game with only the umbrella. It's kind of a like in-game hard mode kind of thing because it does less damage, but I'm just going to play how I feel like playing. I'm just going to play like normal. Alright, so we have a roll. So the reason this feels like Zelda, and one of the big reasons that I love it, is because it is top-down. It has relatively simple but surprisingly deep combat mechanics. It does feel a bit a bit like Dark Souls in some regards, but we'll get there. And you know, it's got some light puzzle solving. You know, it's nothing overly complicated or anything, so yeah, all of that comes together for an experience that feels kind of like a Zelda meets Dark Souls experience, and yes, please, I will accept that. Hello, first boss. Alright. So maybe here we'll get something like we'll get a chance to see kind of why it's a little like Dark Souls. Okay, so that's one hit. So you see that white meter there? I have limited arrows. Do we have a net plus 2? I don't know if we'll get to that point, but landing hits kind of rebuilds that. Interesting, okay. Dodge rolling is important. But yeah, like you can see the health meter, I only get 4 hits. So, you know, if this was a Zelda type thing, 4 hits is probably fine, but there's definitely a philosophy behind bosses, especially, that's very much like a Dark Souls. And it has a similar respawn mechanic, so there's definitely plenty of that DNA in here. Oh! And some of that, like the boss is made kind of like solving the puzzle kind of design, also feels very Zelda-like. Ooh, took another hit. Cool. Like anyway, I could kind of go to town on the boss, but there's a good emphasis on learning the patterns, not getting hit, exploiting the weaknesses and stuff like that. Very Zelda. Since I can't play a Zelda game legally with my current technology, not to record anyway. This felt like a good substitution. Oh, snap. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the little Luffy dudes. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway. So, I didn't know I didn't know that could happen there. It's interesting. So that's been my day. It's been a very depressing day. I don't know what the solution is going to be. I'm hoping that I can get the proper USB, I guess it's called 3.1 port, just have it put into my computer. I'm hoping that's possible, but I don't know. So, I'll be working on a solution so I can do more stuff. Get back to Sonic and such, for example. I thought about that too. I thought about just buying it for my PC, but you know, it's just one of those things. Like, especially because I don't have like a team, a company, or whatever to fall back on when things go wrong. Technical issues are part of the life as a small-time creator. So it's just how it is, and that's the way it's going to be. And you know, maybe as a bit of a self-therapy, I thought I'd just tell it like it is. So that's where we're at. A quick shout out and thank you to Microsoft for the Xbox Game Bar on the PC, which is far simpler to use than OBS. Maybe it works better. I don't know. I can't for the life of me. The last time I downloaded OBS, I could not get it to do anything. Like, it just would not pull up the it just wouldn't pull up the program window. It would not record. So Xbox Game Bar appears to be functioning decently well. Again, I say that, I'll find out later. So if you're seeing this, if you're hearing this, it works. Yay! One of the few bright spots in my day. Give me a break, please. Let's see, other updates. going out of state to visit a friend soon. Maybe I'll get to put up a special collab episode with him. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna pack all my stuff to do that. But I'm very excited to see him. Very excited to spend the time. Yeah. That'll be great. That guy has more health than I thought. Okay. Mom's pretty much okay. She might have some kind of appointment this Wednesday, but neither of us can remember what it actually is, so that's fun. I kind of think it might be a dentist, but I think she was talking about a colonoscopy too. Maybe that's too much information. Anyhow, we'll figure it out, probably. Let's see. Oh, so I still don't get nobody on my dating app is even like clicking on my profile to see, which I don't know if I've said this on here, and it's a little bit of a woe is me statement, so I'm sorry, but frankly, yes, I'm being honest on my dating profile, but because of that, like, I wouldn't click on me either. So, sadly, one of the few people that I do see on a regular basis, that I might have been, interested in, trying to, see where things go, see if there was something to be built out of that. I finally looked up where my asked and was politely rejected. So it wasn't like thinking about it now, and this the stupid part where I'm probably reading too much into things. I can't quite figure out if what she was saying was kind of masking a feeling of, yeah, no, I'm not actually. But I guess all you can really do is like, I don't think that she would lie about it, so I just have to take it for what it is. She said she's basically not in a place where she's ready for that sort of commitment, was what she said. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that, or if I should feel anything. Really, I have no idea. I don't really date. Everything about this is completely new to me, so I don't know what to think about it. If I should be thinking about it, whatever. It's been almost a week. I've pretty much made my peace with it, but I mean, obviously it still bugs me a little bit. So that was a development. Probably not the best thing for me to be talking about today, given all the problems I already have. But yeah. Brain. Let's see. Game stuff. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is out, and holy crap, people, it's awesome. Is that clear enough for you? Yeah, so I do have a video planned for it, so if you haven't checked out my other channel, Backlog, I always leave a link in the description. Please check it out. Those are properly edited, like, actually good videos, not like this nonsense that you're seeing. Tutorial, I see. Yeah. I don't want to. I'm definitely not spoiling anything here. Don't worry about that. I mean, my immediate first response, just from the first cutscene, basically was, "Wait, what the heck is going on?" That's all I'm gonna say. Definitely not spoiling that, but well, people said the ending of the first game felt a bit close to something like a Kingdom Hearts story, and let's just say the start of this one continues that path. It is wild, for sure. That's story-wise. Gameplay. The nice thing my favorite thing, since it's it's a series now and following in the steps of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Combat is pretty much the same. They just added a bunch of like team-up attacks. I mean, obviously there's new summons and things like that too, but as far as specific combat mechanics that are brand new, that's the biggest one. And there's a couple varieties of those, but very, very cool. Generally feels natural. The only problem for me is the intro areas have enemies that are so easy to beat that I can just take them out with basic attacks long before I can use any of the cool stuff. That's fine, I suppose. So yeah, so the combat is not... There's nothing that surprising or new to speak of with combat. Just a few small enhancements that go a big enough way to keep it feeling fresh, for sure. The big thing is, like, if you've played Final Fantasy VII Remake, you know there's a couple spots where the game kind of opens up an area to be not exactly an open world, but like just a moment that you can kind of free roam a little bit around the map and do some side quests and a few other things here and there. So I know everybody in kind of brainstorming about Rebirth and what they might do with it. Most of the people that I know about would have said, okay, well, the big thing about the original Final Fantasy VII was you spent so much time in Midgar in the beginning that once the world map opened up, it was a shock to realize, oh shoot, this is an enormous world. And that was one of the coolest things about the original Final Fantasy VII at the time. So the best way to repeat that kind of response for Rebirth would be to... Hold on a second. Let's see. Oh, that's fascinating. I don't think I've ever found that. I have to keep my eyes peeled. Yeah, so most people, their wish for Rebirth would have been to have a repeat of that kind of sensation, and with the way that video games are built now, the best way to do that would be to start Rebirth, we know they're exiting Midgar, to make it essentially a full and proper open world when you get out into the rest of the world after Midgar. Now, I certainly was one of those that was kind of hoping for something like that, but I didn't really expect that. I was imagining something closer to, like, Final Fantasy 16, for example. That just came out. Final Fantasy 16 is definitely not an open world game. Rather, it has... ouch. Rude. Final Fantasy 16 basically segments the larger map into a few large. They're pretty big, but just a few like larger like field type areas. But not an open world in the sense of like what you would think about like a Ubisoft game or a Horizon Zero Dawn type situation. Yeah, Final Fantasy 16 just has some open areas that you can kind of roam around. Maybe there's a couple things to find, but for the most part, it's just a way to get from point to point, and that's fine, in my opinion. Final Fantasy 16 is awesome in many, many, many ways. I have really enjoyed my time with that. Anyway, so I expected something like that for Final Fantasy 7, where like maybe they spread out some enemies throughout, but essentially walling off various corners of the map into their own like wide space, but not necessarily open world like whatever. That was my expectation. So count me incredibly excited to find out that like it kind of does that, but also it's an open world game. It's totally an open world game, and it's awesome. Why am I finding all the edges that I didn't even know I could fall off? Yeah, get ready. Piece of crap. Oh! One of these guys. I didn't even think about that. That was awesome. Perfect. Ah! Get out! Oh, man. Honestly, that screen is cool enough to make death feel much, almost worthwhile. So as you can see, we're back at the door. Oh, I should get some upgrades. Oh, did I lose my? Did I drop stuff? Hold on a sec. Did I drop? No, I don't think I dropped anything. Cool. I couldn't remember if there was like a soul mechanic like the Souls games, but yeah. So anyway, so it is kind of segmented into various areas, but they are full open world areas, which is very, very cool. I can go with the dexterity. It means I can charge stuff faster and chain attacks faster. I like that. We'll be done soon. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is an open world Final Fantasy game, and it feels perfect in a lot of ways. It is at the same time exactly what I wanted, out of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, while also being so much more than I ever imagined, than I ever could have hoped for. It's really special. So far, an easy game of the year vote for me. I also think that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, I think that it qualifies as like the game that shows what the system is capable of. Every console generation kind of has that game that is like, hey, we've been making games for both old and new systems for a little bit. Here's one made specially for the new system, and we're going to show off absolutely everything that it's capable of. Since most generations are too old for a lot of people to kind of understand what those games were, the last one I can think of for the PS4 and Xbox One generation of games would be Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. It was very much kind of a here's the 8th generation of games and what it's capable of. And it was incredibly exciting. It's still a great game. It's still, you know, among the best for sure. You know, I haven't spent nearly as much time with it as some, but I can recognize that and I can appreciate that. Anyway, for me, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is that game. We basically have several open worlds. I can only guess how many because I'm not very far in the game yet. They have all the same kinds of points and activities that you would do in an open world game. They are kind of segmented thanks to how the story develops, which is exactly like the original story for the most part. The broad strokes are very much the same for sure. Yeah, it's surprised me nonstop since I started, which is my favorite way to experience a new game. It's a big reason why Tears of the Kingdom might be my new favorite game of all time, because it was just hours and hours of wonderful surprises. And Rebirth looks like it's going to repeat that, and I couldn't be happier. So, at this point, I've technically gone a little over time. Let's see if I can't get things through this gauntlet before we're done. Oh, yeah! Crap. I totally forgot I can reflect that. It's not easy to do, though. Hey, you missed me. Oh! So I don't necessarily think the arrow is stronger than a normal attack. I think it's about the same. But, of course, it has the benefit of being range for one. Yeah. Sucker. Can't get the timing for the roll attack right now. Direct! Oh. Got those guys. You stink! You guys are almost as obnoxious as all those Wizrobes. know, I need to find another little plant box, second little planter. So, please hold. Need my checkpoint. Yeah, otherwise, gaming-wise, Super Mario Bros. Donkey Kong Remake, very, very fun. Just as fun as the original. The new levels feel like a natural fit, so much that I just didn't even think about it. The fact that they were new. Except I did have to think a little bit about how to get to it, so. Okay, well, strap in, because, we have a boss fight. Whoops. I'm gonna have to workshop this whole, when to stop on this game, at least, for sure. I'm gonna have to figure that out. We'll get there. What a cool animation. Just watch the tower crumble. Very cool. This way to overgrown ruins. Doesn't seem like I'm going to the overgrown ruins. Oh yes, summit. Okay, the second I see a checkpoint, we're done. And I will plan better for next time. So finished Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I played the demo for the Princess Peach Showtime game. It's going to be very, very fun. I don't think it's going to be revolutionary by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think that it is a fun, worthwhile experience to craft, hopefully, a new series of games for a wonderful Mario character. Still hoping for a new Captain Toad too, by the way. Just a little reminder for you, Nintendo. Don't forget about the captain, please. Pretty please. Yeah, but I think Princess Peach Showtime has a similar feel to that, where like Captain Toad Treasure Tracker was not a completely new idea, wasn't inherently exciting per se, but it was a good fun time featuring featuring a new character from the Mario series. And anytime Nintendo does that, it's pretty much delightful all the time. A few of them have been revolutionary, like Yoshi's Island and Luigi's Mansion, but most of them are just fun little experiments, and I'm all for it. I would love to see more of it. Of course, everybody I think is going to be talking about this Princess Peach game like it's the first one. It's not, but this one shouldn't have any attached baggage, which unfortunately can't be said for the last Princess Peach game. Anyway, I've rambled plenty. I've gone way over time. Thank you for sticking around. I'm sorry I'm in a bad mood. I'm sorry I can't finish Sonic or Jedi Survivor right now. I promise I'm going to be working on it. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to make a phone call just about right away after I'm off this. So, thanks for watching. I really only have time for about one video a week these days. There's just a lot going on. So, maybe I'll finish Death's Door. Maybe I'll go back to finishing Sonic or Star Wars when it comes back. I don't really know. Subscribe. You'll find out. It'll be a surprise for everybody. Alright. More than enough rambling. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye! Do you remember how to turn off my recording now?